Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 30th of April. So, more chop in store it would appear. Let's have a look at news events occurring today. Well, we've already seen some data coming out. Okay, it doesn't have a major impact generally on the markets, but we are 30th of April. We've seen some positive numbers coming through here, not really reflecting in the relevant currencies, particularly this euro data out 6:30, 7 o'clock. Barely touched. I mean, the euro was selling off as this brighter news was coming through. So there we go. Not necessarily making sense here. Eurozone GDP, etc. Well, we might get a bit of a leak of volatility around that at 10 o'clock, but we've had the individual data out. We've had the individual inflation data out. So all the same, when it's all added up, it still surprises people. So we'll see what happens there. So at 10 o'clock, bit of news to come out. Lots of earnings still out. Coming out, biggies as well. You see there's Coca-Cola, McDonald's, etc. Still to come out. Let me just look, and they can affect all of the markets. Sorry, wrong button. Just click in there. So let's just click on today. You see a summary on here. Hopefully, he says when it eventually takes trigger. There we go. So we've seen all this data out so far this afternoon. Then. There's not a great deal out there at all, really, is there? GDP, okay, the Canadian GDP, that's a monthly affair, so it doesn't really have the impact on because it's the quarterly numbers would. House price indexes and things like this are out there. PMI. Yeah, employment change for New Zealand later on, 11:45. That's about it. It's a quiet one during our normal trading period. Let's have a look at these markets then. The euro this morning is back there off again. It is a bit of a yo-yo we're seeing here at the moment in a range-bound move. Maybe at some stage it'll just run out of the yo. Anyway, for now. Well, yesterday eventually rolling back southbound, and since then bouncing through here until later on, then selling off again. Bouncing at the moment. Maybe we'll see a bounce this morning. Who knows with these markets? It's really unpredictable at this stage. The pound dollar here, we're back on the underside of a quarterly yearly pivot there, just reflecting or bouncing off that at the moment, or reacting to that at this stage. Just looking at the 4 hourlies, it just really is well coming off again. Now we keep seeing this, it'll go one way. I'll wait post 8 o'clock and see what happens if it starts picking up again. It was all weird yesterday, got into a really horrible chop. No trades. I just can't trade in this market on these market conditions at the moment. I'm taking very few trades. This swing sort of setups are sort of looking there and not occurring properly for me. US dollar yen, well, yen's a bit untradeable at the moment with what happened yesterday. It's made it into a bit of a pig's ear. It was in a nice trend up until that point, but it's now gone a bit whipsawy, and these are quite big old movements that we're seeing occurring every now and again. So for me, it's best avoided. I always talk about risk, but there's sort of different levels of risk, and you just want to, well, personally, I don't want to be in a market that's so risky where it's the great unknown at any stage beyond the normal reaction of the supply and demand. You've got someone tipping in or intervening basically massively. Australian dollar. The Australian dollar yesterday was pushing up. This morning it's come back below my pivotal area. Just can't seem to hold above it. It just likes it. I might just have to take it off at some stage just so we get a bit more of a movement around it. It's like a magnet. lower highs through here. It's broken its structure. It was in a nice upward trend there. If we come back, look, it was in a nice upward trend. It was sort of running. You look at it on a 4-hourly basis here, higher highs, higher lows. Then all of a sudden it puts a lower high in, and it's looking certainly a bit softer at the moment. And moved a goodly amount. Now, whether that will actually continue or whether we'll see a bounce is anyone's guess on this morning, because it has, or we are seeing these very choppy markets. Canadian dollars, US dollar strengthening against the Canadian dollar again here. It's switching back around. Sentiment wise, I should say, whilst I'm looking at this, European markets are very weak. In fact, the only one thing I would say is the pound is extreme weak in terms of the big money. The commitment of traders reports on it is very, very weak, in which case generally when all the sellers are in the market and all the sellers are sold, we get a reversal, but we have to wait for a technical reversal, not just me thinking, well, that's it then. So we'll have to wait for that. Likewise, the commodity currencies are all having a good time. Well, it's not reflecting at the moment in terms of the price action here, but there's buying coming into these commodity currencies. So US dollar CAD up to its hourly 200 at the moment, just through its daily. We'll see what comes of this. Just noticing these pivots are hyperextended. It's as if they're something's up here at the moment. Now the New Zealand dollar, I still think this has got downside. But again, the sentiment's moved more positively. It has broken through the ascending channel that's sitting there. It's a little bit broken through overnight there. It's run through, so has broken through. Sorry, I'm just looking. I've just noticed. No wonder the pivots look big. I've got it on a 30-minute chart. It's better. 60-minute, 4-hourly. That's what I wanted to look at. There you go. Right. Somehow don't know what's going on with my charting software. Anyway, there you go. That's a bit clearer. Now a break below that weekly pivot might see us coming off. For the depth of this channel, they're not massive moves. Expectation on these sort of runs here, looking soft. Looking soft for the New Zealand dollar. The Swissy, US dollar Swissy. So I may have been, my 4-hourlies may have been wrong on a few of these charts when I've just been running through. It's a mess, isn't it? US dollar Swissy. It's I'm bullish on the US dollar versus the Swissy, but this is a real pig's ear here, and probably best avoided at the moment. Wait until it starts getting into a better trend again. For now, it's not for me. Likes the euro yen, they're messed up at the moment. They're just untradeable for me at the moment. I've switched my auto system off on this for now. It's just not worth trying to get into anything whilst it's doing this. Okay, I'll look through the rest of these Forex markets in the room in a short while. Just have a quick look at gold and the indices. Gold slipping back off this morning. As I said, this consolidation, it's away from the highs. It's more of a bearish signal. I was just looking what was gold up to yesterday. Let's just run back a couple of pages to my sentiment sheet there. Gold was looking bullish again yesterday. In the sentiment, it's coming through a bit more bullish again, but not really reflecting on the charts at the moment, and the charts always take precedent. It's just looking to see if there's more of a sideward move on gold here, whether it's sort of that they're all looking at the moment. We've got a lot of little reversal bars sort of starting to occur here. Things might just change as we go through this morning, but to say. At the moment, it was almost bear flag territory that we're sitting here, and it, again breaking down on gold. Oil. So oil yesterday coming off just when it was looking like it might have gone up. Bearish sort of view on the weekly picture here. We have broken through the pivot there now, and well, as you can see how choppy it is intraday there. Very messy charts. I'm just sort of leaving oil at the moment. For me, it's I don't want to be trading a market that's moving quite so whippily. Talking of whippy, now the likes the S&Ps, well, it's sort of yesterday ended up more positive. It's just fractionally short of that daily 50. Data's the earnings, etc., for companies are coming out pretty well. And well, yeah, but it's going up. It's not really pushing up massively. And when you look at it on an hourly time frame here, it looks to me the equity market here looks dead, and it really doesn't look like it's full of delight. And when I look at the sentiment on the COT report, it's bearish. I say bearish. There's selling coming in. Now, of course, I won't trade against the direction of what this market's shown us at the moment, and it could, we've still got quite a lot of companies to report. We're seeing more coming out today, and well, of course, they could just carry pushing up, so I wouldn't want to sell against this, but it is, well, rather mixed at the moment. Nasdaq looking pretty similar, and the Dow, it's picked up over the last couple of days, but we'll see. Nearest home then, the DAX coming off yesterday largely, and that's it, and it's just consolidating where it is here. It spent most of the morning there. It did come off to its pivot, not reacted off the pivot particularly well here, and currently on the underside of its new pivot. If it can break back above the pivots, well, yep, it could be bullish and we could see more upside, but it's just indecision. We've got this sort of big double top. We've got this sort of reaction coming off of it. It's not really holding up there. FTSE, even the FTSE is off a bit on a lower time frame. It did pop and drop yesterday, but if anything, on the very short time, on the shorter time frames here, it looks to me like it could come off again. It's back to 4 hourly. Yep, we've got a weekly untouched pivot. Maybe that would be a good place to be buying, but not really liking the shape of these markets at the moment. That's pretty much it for me this morning. Again, it's just sort of, it seems morning after morning that there's nothing that I'm particularly interested in, but the markets are very whippy, and you just got to accept that, and accept sitting on my hands a lot more. Anyway, I wish you a great day's trading if you're trading. Otherwise, just have patience, get your back testing done. Bye for now.